Oh, oh. Okay. In today's video, we are going to talk about Kubotans. Is it a good weapon for self-defense for women? We'll see. So right away, the answer would be definitely yes. Why? We are talking about a girl who has never trained in her entire life. What you can see in a self-defense situation is that she's going to be scratching, biting, or like doing these little hits that are supposed to do something, but basically have little to no effect. A little bit different. Yeah. A little bit different if the girl was doing boxing for the 10 years. Which is all great until the distance all of a sudden changes to here. Or I'm grabbing by the hair, taking her down, and doing all that kind of stuff. Now, because of the distance that she was training with the past 10 years is not the same, the whole situation changes. She doesn't train for this, she's inexperienced there, which means that she's not going to be able to do boxing in that situation. And she was training it for the 10 years and still it didn't help in this one. What we would say is that weapons are for either trained and untrained person. It doesn't matter if you are a girl, if you're trained, not, you should definitely have a weapon. We were talking about weapon Kubotans in this instance. It's somewhere right between the telescopic button, which we were talking about, and between the pepper spray. The problem here is that many people underestimate the weapons or overestimate them. They think that they're just going to do one strike and they're dead. The whole situation ends and I'm going to go to prison because I just killed someone in self-defense, which is just not true. You probably know about a weapon that we already made a video, which was pepper spray, and we said that it's still a good self-defense weapon, which is true. Definitely watch the video so you know what we are talking about now. But if you think about the context of the situation, how much training you need with the pepper spray, because it's not as easy as it sounds, because as opposed to other weapons, with pepper spray, there's no point in hitting the arms, the body, legs. All you have to hit is just the face. Either way, it's not going to have effect, only the face. Which means basically if we are in some grappling situation where I'm already on you, he's hitting, grabbing you somewhere, to go for the pepper spray and aim in the face is a lot harder than it seems. And with a girl who doesn't train, we can say that it's almost impossible to get there in the stress of the situation. But that's when the Kubotan actually comes to play, because unlike pepper spray, you can use this on most of the parts of the body and you can either hit or do some pressure points. The thing is that with one strike with Kubotan to kill someone, if you haven't aimed to the neck, I don't know how we will be able to do it. So physical block, nothing. Second of all, it doesn't matter if you push, hit, it's always going to hurt. If we are talking about the scenario, basically I grabbed and you just push a little bit and you can see I want to let go. The same goes if it's not the hand, if it's somewhere here in the grappling situation. And it's very not pleasant. Instead of hitting me with bare hands, we wouldn't do anything. This, a little bit of pressure, this is still not full power, and I'm very gladly to let go of the person. Of course, no one is saying that if there's a man running at you with a knife, that you're just going to stop him with Kubotan, because you would need lots and lots and lots of training to do that. Of course, in that situation, no. But if we are talking about a rape situation, that is not murder. That is a completely different situation. Rape is something like I want to grab the hair, pull somewhere, and now you just need to get out of here. With this, you hit a couple of times and you are free to go. Even in this situation, finding the pepper spray and spraying when you cannot even see me is going to be harder than just I grab and you just hit whatever you feel, I let go, and that gives you the time to escape. That's where the Kubotan shines. In all those situations, there's two things that you need to think about. Do I have the weapon already in my hand, or is it somewhere in my pocket? The second is, do I know about the attacker because he's talking to me, screaming at me, or was it just somehow jumped at me and grabbed me? Those are the things that you need to differentiate when it comes to all those situations. But even if we are talking about the way of you have it in your hand because you went to jog and you already have it in your hand because why wouldn't you? It's small, you can have it there. Second of all, you're not going to scare anyone with something like this small in your hand. And the second of all, if you are communicating with the attacker, is it easier for you to scream at the much bigger attacker when you have nothing in your hand? Or if you know that you have something in your hand and if something happens, you will not be an easy victim. Now it's going to be a lot easier to scream and say the fuck off, right? That's where the weapon again shines. If you have it already, you are confident, and if something happens, now all of a sudden you just use it and escape. So even the communication is a lot easier with weapon than without weapon. When you think about the training, what's going to be a surprise here is that it's not that much about how to hit with the Kubotan, because even like complete like, if you give it to the hand and just say strike, he'll know to just strike you. The worst problem is getting to the weapon. So what you need to train is basically getting to the weapon from multiple positions and as well reading the situation. When is the time to draw, of course, but the biggest problem is getting to the weapon. From we are laying on each other he's punching me, grabbing me somewhere, and I need to be able to get into that weapon. That's the success. If you have the weapon in your hand already, almost the whole battle is won, but getting to the weapon is the main thing in your training. And then there's another thing that you need to take into consideration. If you are in a situation when one hit will be enough, for example, we are in a bus, I'm saying something, I grab you, and you just hit, and now it gives you the time to escape, or the jog in the park, whatever. Different situation is if we are talking about we are in an elevator or some closed space and there's not possible escape. If you are just going to hit once, he'll let go, but he will attack again. That's for sure, because the Kubotan will not just end the fight instantly. What you will have to do in those closed spaces, if he catches, you will not only have to hit once, but actually go a little bit of a berserk mode and actually like strike again and again. That still doesn't mean that you are going to kill him, because probability is if you are going to hit him somewhere all around the body, it's going to be like bruises, it's going to hurt definitely, and he will stop attacking, but it's not going to kill him. But you still have to go all out because there's no escape. So we are not going to talk about just theory, but actually show you something, which is definitely what we are going to do. This is the biggest fears of actually he grabs my hair. Now you just need to go for the thing that you see. So you see the hand is holding you, one quick strike and you flee away. The same goes if you are a little bit nearer and now you see the leg, you can strike the leg, and like one hit is many times enough to just release the hold, or all the way you can go to the genitals, because if you have to, what's holding you? The same goes if we are talking about some form of choking, so I'm choking and now quick strike. And now it's the choice between I'm running away or I have to follow up the attacks. But as you can see, the Kubotans in all of those scenarios, one quick strike and we are still not going full power, not even close. You would see me crying if we went full force. So still enough to release the pressure. And then if you think about reality, a real strike, I cannot see a person still holding you even after that. The same goes if you are trying to protect someone. Imagine a scenario where you do not have a weapon and there's someone attacking your child or your friend, harassing her, and all you are going to do is just turn him around and say stop because he's kicking your child. Boom! Definitely not. Difference between this and you have a Kubotan in the hand and now you're not just going to feel pity for me. When I'm kicking your child, you're just going to take me down and finish the fight. Or just go with a big strike. That's the difference between I have a weapon and I have nothing. And this will all apply as well if we are talking we are on the ground, it is a rape, and now you want to bite, scratch, or like push him away, which in this situation doesn't really do much, almost nothing. But if we are talking about you have this Kubotan and you apply a little bit of pressure, all of a sudden the strength is even on your side and he will go off you. He will. There's just so much pain in this. If you don't believe us, take it, try it. You'll see that the pain is so much that he will just release. That's what's going to help you in the rape situation, not just like pushing and some little slaps. The most common fear when using the weapons is that he'll take the weapon away from you. If we are talking telescopic button, you have no training, there is a big possibility he'll take it away. If we are talking about the pepper spray, he can just cover up the nozzle and now like we are fighting for the weapon. Or even like the wrist, and we are fighting here. It's strength versus strength. But if we are talking about Kubotan, now the fear is completely away. If I go for the weapon directly, for me to somehow take it away is just, I do not have a good grip and here you can just move. The same goes if I go for a wrist, one small point, and you just get away with it. So with me trying, go for the hand here, it's just not doable for me. Yeah, so the fear of taking the Kubotan away from you is very small, plus it does have the little circle in the end, so it's on your thumb, so just taking it away is just not easy. That's where the Kubotan shines yet again. And if your comment is going to be something like, it's still illegal in our country, you cannot use it, or we will go to prison, the same would work for a steel pen. And is steel a pen illegal in your country, because you cannot write? No, and the steel pen would be exactly the same in this scenario as the Kubotan. So the final verdict of Peter's 25 years of experience is, Kubotans for self-defense for girls, big thumbs up, very useful. It's something that you want to have with you when it comes to rape, when it comes someone's attacking me. It's something that you want to have in your keychain, in your backpack, in your pocket, or all those free spaces, because why not? So definitely a big thumbs up. Still, if we are talking about other weapons that you want to see, comment. There'll definitely be more. Like the video if you really did enjoy, and subscribe to see more videos like this. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.